Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Reichenator again. Welcome back to Angels with Scaly Wings, Part 6. Last time we got a pretty big lore drop. Apparently, we're technically in the past. We're about to experience the asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs. I forget how loud this can get. So I'm going to turn that down. So the question is if we're going to be able to save not only ourselves, but these dragons. This creation by the administrator that we met. Maybe. Let's hope so. I hope I can get the good ending. Or a good ending, I guess. I guess there's multiple. Right here. Alright, we just left the administrator. And we're going to go on and try to save the planet. After wandering through the underbrush, I realized that the lights on the horizon had to be coming from the village and made my way back. Made it home safely, alright. Returned to my apartment without much trouble. When I looked at the clock, I was surprised to see how much time had passed. Not having anything left to do for the day, I soon fell into a deep slumber. Alright, let's see what the next day brings us. Who's gonna die this time? Seems there's nothing for me to do this morning. I guess they don't need me at the police department. Not that I mind. Seems I've got some messages. Let's see. Hey, are you coming to see the show? Oh, I better go see that. It's gonna happen pretty soon, you know. I trained so much for this, you wouldn't believe. Probably harder than I ever trained in my entire life. I really hope you can make it, because I want to show you all I've got. Wonder what I'm gonna do. What am I going to do? Whatever. Well, I'm gonna go with the dean. That must be her. Hey, Reich. Hey, Zach. Hey, Dean. Are you ready to go? Sure am. Can't wait to see everything that the festival has to offer. Oh, I'm sorry if it came across that way, but I don't think we'll actually have much time to take part in the festivities. Oh, really? Yeah, I have to spend most of my time at the competition grounds. We'll arrive there early so I can check in and do my warm-up. It's still a little loud for me. There we go. And I'll have to stick around after my performance to wait for the awards ceremony. Better win it. Well, I guess you don't have to wait with me. You could see the rest of the festival if you wanted to. That's out of the question. I'm here to spend time with you. The festival is not that important. Besides, we can always see everything on one of the other festival days. True. We could even watch the big fireworks show at the end. Yeah, I've heard all about that. Everyone keeps telling me how important it is for me to see. It's not that important, but if you have the opportunity, you should really go. Yeah, just saying hello to everybody. I'm not sure if I'll be able to attend, but I'd gladly accompany you if I have the chance. Damn right, better. Sure, so today's agenda is emotional support, and next time we can take in all the aspects of the festival. Sound good? Perfect. Alright, let's go then. Took a while for us to arrive at the festival, which had already begun by this point. The last of the booths that lined the way were still being set up, but dragons of all shapes and sizes were already pouring in. Instead of walking directly through the festival, we stayed outside the established paths, heading toward the stage where the competition was going to be held. Eventually, we arrived at a rather large open air area near the facility that had been roped off. At one corner of the building, a few flyers had already gathered. Maybe you should wait here while I get my number. Why? People might get the wrong idea if you show up in the registration line. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not really a flyer. I'm a faller. Faller for you. Smooth, right? Besides, they'd certainly stare and start asking all kinds of questions. Are you embarrassed to be with me, Adine? Is that what's going on here? Alright, I'll just stay here then. I'll be right back. After Dean had waddled off to the other flyers, I surveyed my surroundings idly. Beyond the big open air area, seating had been provided, and I could already see a few people waiting for the competition to start. A few had even gathered on the roof of the building to watch from there. I'm back. Is that your number? She held up a piece of cloth with a large number printed on it. A few straps were hanging from it. What, this? No, of course not. This is Angel's number. Right. Of course. Sorry for the mistake. I'm one of the last to start, actually. Are we late? No, I guess the others just arrived earlier to have more time to get ready. What do you think about the other competitors? I've seen most of them fly before. Some are really, really good. It doesn't seem like there are many newcomers here, so right now, I'm the odd one out. Maybe you could use that to your advantage. How so? Well, you know more about them than they know about you. Having a promising newcomer there might throw them off their game. I'm not so sure about that. After all, it's not as if any of our already choreographed performances would change based on what others do now. Each of us just tries to do their best. Most of them are seasoned flyers, so they already know how to deal with that kind of pressure. If anything, I'm the one who might get nervous and mess up. I do have one advantage, though. I'm still pretty young, and this is a sport with a great amount of wear and tear. There comes a certain point in time when you just can't perform as well anymore as you used to. Many complicated maneuvers can only be performed by younger athletes. The older ones can make up for it using their experience, and with better execution of easier moves. In the end, a daring newcomer like me could surprise the audience and the judges with something new and unexpected, which is exactly what I plan to do. How good do you think your chances are? With a bit of luck, I might even be able to win. This is just a local competition, after all. But you know what? Just being here right now and performing in front of so many people is a win for me. Good for you. People will know me, and I'll probably get a mention somewhere in a local paper. I've trained for years, and my application to compete finally got accepted. Now I just have to make the most of it, and I'll be happy. Well, that's all you can really ask for. I still can hardly believe that I'm here. This is the moment I've worked so hard for. And I'll be watching you. Oh, stop it. You're making me nervous. Sorry. Can you help me with this? She spread out her wings, and only then did I notice that her shoulder joint was tightly bandaged. What's that for? It's just a training bandage to stabilize my shoulder after that little blunder you witnessed last time. We can't fly with these in the competition though, so I'll have to take it off. Okay. I opened the bandage carefully, unwrapping her wings. There you go. Thanks. I swear if this ends up with another dead body at the festival, yeah. She spread both of her wings, beating them a few times. I couldn't help noticing that the previously bandaged wing was sagging noticeably compared to its counterpart, as if it were misaligned. She seemed to be examining her shoulder, somewhat lost in thought when I spoke up. Did I ruin her chances of winning? By having her... Oh, man. If she loses because of me... Are you sure you want to do this? Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I? I can see you're straining without the bandage. I'm fine, really. Don't worry about it. If you're fine without the bandage, how come you were wearing it up to just now? Did you need it for practice too? If you couldn't practice without it, maybe you aren't ready to compete without it yet. Since when are you suddenly an expert on flying? I'm not. I'm just, making an educated guess here. I'm the one who has been doing this for years, not you. This is my dream we're talking about. Do you want them to see you in this condition and judge you based on that rather? Why am I talking her out of... yeah, I should tell her to be careful, I guess. I just have to try, What if something goes wrong, though? You don't want to be in that position. If I start making excuses now, maybe I'll never stop. I'll always be too nervous, or too injured, or didn't eat right the day before. I feel bad enough as it is. Well, good for you on the confidence part, but you gotta take it careful still. Right now, I have the chance to do this, and if I don't take it, maybe I never will. I'll always just be a server and delivery girl making minimum wage. Is this one chance really too much to ask for? No, but it doesn't have to be right now. There will always be another year. They've never seen you compete before. If you fly now, they'll judge you based on this performance. You only have one chance at making a first impression, and you know it won't be your best if you fly right now. Oh boy. I ruined it for her. If it's not good enough, maybe they won't invite you again next year. If you fly now, they won't accept any excuses. But if you tell them you're injured, they might let you fly another time. But I don't want to wait another year. I want to do it now. I trained so much, even with this injury. And you tell me I should just let it go? Let it go. Let it go. Ugh. I can't hear that song too much. That's what happens when you have a daughter. I just can't help thinking about last time. If you crash like that again, there's no sand here to cushion your fall. It would be much worse. You think I don't know that? Okay, she's getting irritated with me. I don't like this. That I'm not already worrying about this more than I ever have for anything else. I just don't want to make excuses anymore. I don't want to wonder if I'll ever amount to anything more than a waitress. I want to be able to follow my dream, and I don't want to wait another year to find out. What about Emily? Emily. If something happened to you, how do you think they would explain to her that you just suddenly stopped showing up, huh? Don't you... Oh, she's getting pissed. She has nothing to do with it. Like it or not, what you are doing... Is this our first fight? I don't like this. You know what? I will fly and do the best damn job I've ever done. And there's nothing you can do to stop me. Oh, I screwed up. Before I could reply, she angrily stomped off toward the building, where by now a number of contestants had arrived. While I failed to convince her, at least I could say that I had tried my hardest to stop her. I asked myself whether I even wanted to watch the competition at that point. Stay, you stay. I stay. It was possible that she'd do even better than expected, but if my experience was any indication, her performance would not turn out well. Have some faith, me, I guess. In the end, I decided to stay and watch from the sidelines. I didn't want to join the rest of the audience, as I was sure it would get me unwanted attention. Why? Why would that happen? After the competition started, I lost myself in thought, thinking over the conversation I had with Adine while watching the other contestants half-heartedly. Adine had been right. Some of them really were very good. But based on what I had seen at her practice session, she did have a shot at winning if everything went well for her. Even though my rational mind doubted that would happen, for her own sake, I hoped it would. One by one, the contestants showed off their skills in a variety of moves, usually followed by the applause of the audience. Eventually, it was time for Adine's turn. Oh, I'm nervous. Next on stage is number 11. A promising newcomer who will show her skills to the public here for the very first time in her debut performance. Please welcome Angel. There was an excited bout of clapping. The audience was always curious to see a newcomer on stage. However, after a few seconds passed, Adine still hadn't emerged. An awkward silence set in as the audience's applause stopped and everyone sat anxiously, waiting for her to show up. She never did. Well, did I just ruin it for Adine? After half a minute or so had passed, the announcer's voice once more echoed across the area. My apologies, it looks like number 11 will not be flying today. Next up is number 12, a certain veteran you may know for his somewhat unusual technique. Before I could even ask myself what had happened, I saw Adine walking out of the building and coming towards me. Adine, what did you do? Let's just go somewhere else. Okay. Oh, did I... We walked away from the festival and sat down under a tree in the outskirts of town. As the competition was already nearly over, the darkness had already set in. Here should be good. Is she gonna kill me? So, what made you reconsider? You were right with everything I said. You said that. When I was inside and had a bit of time to cool off, I realized I didn't want to do it like this, even if I'd have to wait another year. How do you feel now? I know it was the right thing to do. But I can't help thinking that I just came so close. I could have done it if it hadn't been for that stupid accident. You'll have another chance, I promise. Don't make promises you can't keep. Sounds like a Cortana thing. Never make a girl a promise if you can't keep it. Hey, Reich, look at the sky. Can you see that light? The one that looks a bit brighter than all the others? Oh, it's the asteroid, ain't it? I looked up and saw many celestial bodies lighting up the sky. One of them was noticeably brighter than the other stars. Yeah? I usually practice in the evening and stay until it's dark, so I see the stars pretty often. I noticed something about that one. It moves. Yep, that's the asteroid heading towards us. How does it move? It looks pretty stationary to me. You won't notice it just by looking at it, but over the last couple of weeks, I have noticed that it has changed positions when comparing it to other stars. It can't be a star then. Stars don't move. They have an office in one of the cities that watches these kind of things. I called them about it a while ago. What do they say? It's just an asteroid passing by. It's not going to pass by us. It's even been on the news a few times. That makes it sound pretty important. Yeah, it's a big one apparently. Otherwise we wouldn't even be able to see it without a telescope. Do they think it's dangerous? Why would it be? I don't know. It could hit the moon or something like that. They assured me that's not going to happen. They say calculating the paths of celestial bodies is a very complicated science and not really an exact one. They know it's not going to hit the moon, but they're watching it to make sure it passes safely. Not that just watching it would make a difference. They don't really know anything more. Apparently, they're also really underfunded. The council doesn't see the need to waste people's time and money to look into the sky all day. That's strange, don't you think? It used to be a pretty important job, but over time, the funding got less and less until only this token office in our biggest city was left. I see. It's such a shame, since the whole institution was based on our creation story. In what way? In one of the stories, our creator told us to watch the skies. How religious are you, really? What exactly do you mean? Well, dragons have these myths about humans. How many of them do you actually believe are true? Hey, Theo. Oh, I believe all of it. I just love reading all the stories, theories, and all that. Why is that? Well, I think there's a lot we can learn from it. Much of our society is based on it, including our laws and traditions. I see. Can I ask you a question? Will you marry me? No. That'd be too soon. Sure, go ahead. Also, I'm human. Moving on. What would you think if I told you that I am a time traveler from the future? Hey, don't joke about something like that. Why not? Because I'd believe you. Besides, if you're really a time traveler, I'd think you'd come from the past, like the time when we were created. Really? Why is that? Because that's the only time in our history where we know of humans ever being here. If you came from the future, that would mean humans were to show up at some point in our future history, and I'm not sure how or why that would happen. Why are you crying? Why are you crying, Theo? What did I do? Did I mess up? Wouldn't that mean that I was your creator? Well, not necessarily. There could have been other humans around, right? Your myths only mention one, though. Yeah, but people speculate, trying to find explanations for those old myths. Maybe there were more humans around and they just died. Or their creation rebelled and killed them. Others say they fled across the ocean. We just don't know. You have a bunch of flyers and you haven't been able to make it across the ocean? What do you think? I don't know. I like reading about all the theories and trying to piece the puzzle together myself. That's why I want to visit that underground building we found. Some of the theories are quite out there. Like what? For example, one says that humans are really aliens who came from a different planet. They created us for some reason, and then just vanished again. What would they do that for? Maybe it's an experiment and they're testing us. Some say they're always watching us from up there somewhere with a giant mothership, and that maybe one day they'll return when when we're ready to join them. That's an interesting theory. That is pretty out there, I'll say. Told you so. What about the humanity you come from, though? Why don't you tell me more about your world? I don't like talking about that. It's much prettier here. I don't believe you. It's the truth. Well, yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic world. Of course, it's better here. I'll believe it when I see it from my own eyes, with my own eyes. I'd love to visit your world. Oh. Okay, so our relationship is going strong. Yay. I don't think it would be a good idea to visit us right now. Why not? Do you know what our world is like? Are there any rumors about that? Not really. There hasn't been much speculation about that yet. Of course we're curious, though. Next time, we want to send one of our ambassadors into your world to make it even in all that. Why didn't we do that the first time? Like, hey, we'll send over 2 of our people. We'll send over... you send over 2 of our... Whatever. I didn't make this game. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Don't be so negative. I'm sorry. It's not up to me to determine the best course of action. I'm just a lowly ambassador, after all. Not quite as lowly as a waitress with nothing more than high aspirations. Maybe it's time for me to go home. I would walk you, but I guess you'd be faster if you flew. Well, take a nice stroll through the town at night. It's very romantic. Nah, I'd rather not without the band. Okay, so there's a chance. Are you serious? And you were going to do your performance like that? I know, I shouldn't have tried. You don't have to bring that up again. I'm really screwing up. Come on, me. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I think you made the right decision in the end. Thank you. Shall we go, then? Sure. There we are. What's up with this music? Do you want to come in for a bit? Would be a shame for you to have come all this way for nothing. What? She opened the door, wiping her feet on the doormat before she went inside. Can I offer you something to drink, maybe? Where's this going? No thanks, I'm good. How about some TV? That could be interesting. I haven't watched TV in ages, and I don't have one in the apartment. You're right. You got a pretty decent apartment, but they didn't provide a TV. I wonder why. Maybe they wanted to avoid culture shock or something like that. Got a shelf full of books, though. Why would books be fine, but not a TV? I'm not going to question the logic of this council. Not a fan of them. I suppose when they give me books, they know what I'm going to read. But on TV, they can't really regulate the content I'm going to see. At least if TV works the same way as ours used to. That's true. Maybe they just thought your time would be better spent elsewhere. Like with you? I guess, if they didn't want me to watch TV, they certainly never told me. Actually, there's a series on right now that could be pretty interesting to you. What is it? Well, I'm not going to tell you. Do you want me to put it in or not? Put it on or not? That was... Anyways, sure, let's do it. Dean turned on the TV and a brief flicker appeared on the screen before it was filled with the image of a house from the outside. Well, that doesn't look unusual. Just wait a bit. The camera cut to the inside of the home while the chattering of small talk could be heard. Then, some figures entered the living room on the screen. They were grotesque, malformed creatures with rather cartoony proportions, covered in odd lumps all over their body. What am I watching? They all share the same odd skin tone. It was clear to me that these figures were played by actors in obviously fake, bulky costumes that reminded me of mascots. What are those? What are those? Sorry. Humans. Humans. That's the name of the series. It's a typical sitcom about a contemporary family as we would expect it, but the twist is that everyone is human. And then I realized why I hadn't been able to identify the creatures on the screen as humans. They were all naked. Gross. Since the Dragons' concept of clothing was different, they had applied their own principles when creating this series. It was quite bizarre to see a typical family sitcom where all the characters were in obviously fake costumes and also happened to be naked. Do you like it? It's one of my favorites. While it is a sitcom, it manages to address serious and deep issues fairly often, which I don't think would be as effective if we weren't watching them through the lens of this alternate reality. This one isn't a bad episode, but it's already nearly over. That was fast. I guess there's no point in just watching the ending. True. At this point, the credits were already rolling, and Nadine turned off the TV again. What do you think? Let's just say that if a human looking like that suddenly showed up in our world, people would probably run away screaming. They don't look that bad. Yeah, okay. Sure, it's impressive if we consider what they had to work with, but there's a few things they got wrong. Like what? For one, humans mostly wear clothing, and secondly, we don't have tails. Those are just small details. Yeah, small details. You know, just no tails. The series is still good, though. Is it popular? For sure. Many people love it. I see. I hope they aren't too scared of me when they see how different I am, though. I didn't run away screaming when I first met you, did I? True. Now that you're already here, there's something you could help me with. What is it? Well, it'd be a huge favor to ask, and it's kinda embarrassing. Just say it. The worst I can do is say no. What? Okay. About your shower. Got pretty dirty from practice sometimes, especially from the bad landings, and recently the detachable shower head broke. Okay. Not what I was... Anyways, that usually wouldn't be much of a problem, but with this injury I can't quite reach a few... Oh. Okay. Going back to where I thought this was going. It's already not ideal having to manage everything with my wings, but now it's even harder. You want me to scrub your back? Okay, I feel, is it going to be safe? I need your answer on this. The music is not helping me right now. Not helping with my confidence in this. Okay. I'll trust you. Don't worry about that. I'm glad. Okay. All right. Moving on. Don't worry about it. I'm glad to help. Thanks. This way. Followed her, entering the rather large bathroom. This shower is huge. I wouldn't mind having one of these. This isn't just your regular dragon-sized shower. It's made specifically for a flyer like me. We need enough room to stretch our wings. Makes sense. Just think of the possible... She took off her goggles and stepped into the roomy walk-in shower. After pressing a button on the wall, water started flowing from the shower head mounted on the wall. She moved around a bit, stretching this and that. this and that way in order to cover her whole body in water. But seriously, I could use a shower of this size, apparently. Soon afterwards, she pressed the button on the wall again, and the water flow stopped. She turned to show me her back, wings splayed. Okay. Hi. The soap and sponge should be right there. I took a sponge that wasn't unlike the ones I knew from back home. Okay, my son is awake. Very awake. And added some soap from a rather large bowl. It seemed to me that each species had their own challenges that needed to be overcome when it came to daily tasks like this one, emphasized by all the different design choices when it came to everyday items. You can start with the wings and work your way down from there. Sure thing. This is still safe for work. It's not showing anything. It's still fine. Couldn't help making a joke to eat. Why do I make jokes? Why? Hey, looks like you got something here. Oh wait, that's just your stripes. Well, how was that a joke? Hey, stop that. Sorry, couldn't. How was that funny? Even I don't think that was funny. And you guys have heard some of my jokes. Good job. Now I've got soap in my nose. Started scrubbing her wings. Now that I could see them up close and fully extended, I found them to be quite impressive. You know, I actually tried to do that before. Do what? What do you mean? Washing off those stripes? Oh, okay. Why? Well, I was just a child back then. You know how kids are. They make fun of everything. Though, I don't know if human children are... Oh, are we? Are we? They are, trust me. It's an interesting tail design. I like the little crescent. It's neat. Don't press too hard there. That's the injured shoulder. I'll be careful. Okay. Are you ticklish there? I guess you noticed. What happens if I do this? I repeated my administrations, moving the sponge in circles over that particular spot. Hey, stop that. Okay. Ouch. Are you okay? I guess I deserve that. Probably. Just for the bad joke. Yeah. And the tickling. Well, you tickled the dragon, you get the tail, apparently. The forked tip of her tail was still hovering inches in front of my face. Its peculiar shape reminded me of something. It's a moon. It's the moon. And I couldn't help but grab it and hold it like... Why must I be like this? Hello? Hello? God. What are you doing? I think your phone isn't working. God, I am so bad. Oh, this is making me cringe. Stop being silly. Alright, I'm nearly done anyway. I resumed my scrubbing. By now, only her tail was left. Not entirely sure about my technique. I moved the sponge over the tail's whole length in small circles. When I was nearly done, I noticed a low... Well, hi. Okay. Is that... Are you purring? Suddenly, her expression changed and she looked over her shoulders. Can't look over both of her shoulders. Oh, are you done? You should take a step back if you don't want to get hit by the water. Okay, then. That's done with. After I left the shower again, she pressed the button on the wall, and the water resumed once more. She only stood under it briefly and moved around a bit until the water had completely washed off the suds. When she turned off the water again, I realized that it didn't cling to her much at all. After she shook herself for a bit, she stepped out again, nearly dry. Thanks, I really needed that. You're welcome. It's probably getting late for you, and I already held you up this long. Don't worry about it. Oh, it's already dark out. It was dark when we walked here. Is my character an idiot? Like, seriously? These bad jokes and not realizing, oh, we were here when it was dark. I guess that took longer than I thought. I'm not supposed to go outside this... Oh, okay. You're right. We were advised by the police to stay inside after nightfall because of everything that's going on. What's going on? What is going on? I have no idea. It's not like we ever talk about it. For me, this is even more important. We don't know if there's anyone out there who might want to target me. I suppose you'll just have to spend the night then. Yay! Guess so. I mean... Another free day. Yay me. Okay, so I'm back in my apartment. Oh, Kevin was the furry one. Slumber party. I've done a lot with Nadine, obviously, and I've also done a lot with Remy. I want to know more about what's going on with Remy. I haven't really spent any time with Bryce outside of, you know, the, sorry, quote unquote work. And just met Kevin. So, who should I go see? Okay, one for Bryce. I'm Remy or Bryce. Thanks for the option. That really helped. Just got rid of one option. Screw it. Keep going with Remy. See what his deal is about. Hey, Remy. Oh, I like this song. Hello, Reich. Is there any particular reason you wanted to meet me here? I enjoy Tatsu Park is all. Have you been here before? Have I? I don't think I have. Can't say I have. I see. Well, what do you think of it? I mean... pretty ideal. Sure. It is. I like it a lot here. You mentioned you wanted to talk to me about something. Yes, well, about that. Why is he blushing? I just have a lot on my mind, and I felt like I needed to tell someone. I wouldn't burden you if I had anyone else to talk to, but the simple fact is that I don't. Hey, you can talk to me, Remy. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not a problem. What's on your mind? I'm just playing therapist for all of these dragons, apparently. I don't even know where to begin. Do you ever feel like there is an emptiness inside you? That every day is the same, joyless routine that you wish you could escape, but you can't? I do. Yeah. I see. Is this about Amira again? Well, it's not just about her, but working with her doesn't make things any easier. To think that just a few years ago, I was the happiest I could have been. And now, I have nothing but my miserable life. What happened? I just asked that. It's a long story. Make it a quick one. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be rude here. Okay, well, a few years ago, I worked in the public sector. I mean, I still do, but my position was a different one. I didn't work under a minister back then. I was part of a committee tasked with providing independent and factually backed opinions on community topics. It was supposed to help not only politicians, but also the general populace. Free from outside interference, we did our own fact-checking based on research and publicly reported our findings. Our individual members didn't always agree, but we made sure the end results were based on verifiable facts. In this way, we offered a variety of comprehensive opinions on different topics. This is a lot of words. We found the truth and allowed... Okay, I'll have to go get my son in just a second. It allowed people and politicians to make up their minds from there. Our work was a key influence in the community, and because the conclusions of each individual member were often very different, it could never be said that we were biased. It was during one such assignment that I met a certain person named Amelia. Okay, well, we haven't met Amelia yet, so I'm not liking where this is going. My task was to determine the viability of several projects. Who's texting me? Yeah. Each competing for a research grant from our council. Amelia was a member of one of the scientific teams vying for a grant. Wow, my dyslexia is bad today. She was an inventor, and her group was looking for ways to streamline hospital processes and tests by utilizing new technology. Okay, next game I choose to play is not going to be one of these where I have to read off everything. I mean, I know I don't have to read off everything, but it just feels weird to just not. The first time I saw her when our committee watched her group's pitch, one of the things we had to do was determine whether their claims and goals were realistic. In her case, they were. Ultimately, they didn't want the grant. Wow, didn't get the grant. But when she recognized me in a restaurant a while later, we started talking. I'd love to... The more I think about it, I think Narrow Gauge would be a good voice actor for Remy. Just kind of using my horrible British accent, and just with how he voices Voltaire and all our narrations, I think he'd be a good Remy. She was very smart, and I admired her spirit. She just wanted to help people with her talents, and in this way, she reminded me a lot of myself. We kept seeing one another, and we grew close. Before long, we were dating. It felt so right. Oh, don't... No. I thought our relationship was about to become very serious, but then she informed me that her research group had applied for another grant. Of course, that complicated things. My committee was once again tasked with judging the viability of the different projects, and while I intended to stay impartial on the matter, she would probably be seen as an influence due to our relationship. With these concerns in mind, we decided to not meet again until the grant winner was determined. We hadn't expected her group to get it, but in the end, they did. We didn't want to end our relationship over something like that, but if word got out that we were together during the decision-making period, it would have put both our jobs in jeopardy. Understandable. In the end, we decided to wait and made a commitment. 6 months after the grant was given to her team, we would return to one another and make our relationship public. That much time would have ensured that it wouldn't be an issue. We even made plans to move in together when that time came. But we never got that far. Oh boy. I only know the rest of what happened from various reports, but apparently Amelia got sick. Nothing serious, mind you. She continued working from home as best as she could. The project was already behind schedule, and she didn't want to endanger it. People were critical and very curious about what the project would amount to, and she didn't want to be responsible for its failure if she took some days off to recuperate. So, every day she continued working on the project until the dead of night. One late evening, she went out to pick up her medication, in addition to something to help her stay awake. but she was sick and overworked. The combination of the prescription side effects and the supplements caused her to collapse. No one was around to see her fall. When she was found the next day, she was covered by a blanket of fresh snow. Oh, that's sad. Okay, this song is not helping with this right now. If someone was with her, this would not have happened. But she died out there, all alone. All because we kept our relationship a secret. We had plans to move in together. We even talked about having our own small family. Some things are just not meant to be, it seems. Remy. Oh, why? If I had to identify the moments life started going downhill, losing Amelia would be it. Yeah, My heart was ripped out in that moment, and now only emptiness remains. It's like a wound that never closes. Maybe you saw those pictures in my apartment. Even my home is a reminder of her. We were going to move into that apartment together. And this tie I'm wearing, I got it from her as well. Oh. When she gave it to me, she said it was red like her scales. As long as I wore it, she would be with me in a way. God damn it. For so long, I've been holding on to her with all my might. I wish I could stop, because I know it's killing me. But I've been doing it for so long that I don't think I can. Yet in some way, holding on to Amelia has helped me. When I look back on all the happy memories we made, Amira's bullying hurts a little less, if only because those memories hurt so much more. God damn it! Oh, I'm not crying. And I would love my job if it wasn't for Amira. It's a constant struggle, a battle I have to fight every day. Each of her words slices through me, creating new wounds on top of others that never closed. Some days, I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can. God. Son of a bitch. I'm not sure if there's anything that can fill the void. Have you ever spoken to a professional about this? No, I don't think I could. Not with a stranger. Thank you, Reich. Getting all that off my chest really helped a lot. No problem, Remy. Anything else on your mind? Well, there was the whole thing about Anna. Oh yeah, Anna's dead. Yeah, you mentioned that last time. Are you still worried about what she was working on? Not as much. I guess whatever she was doing is over now, but who knows what went on in her lab. I imagine we'll hear all about it once the police search it in her apartment. I guess there's not much use thinking about it, especially now that she's out of the picture. Why did I say it like that? In the end, I can't help but feel a little sorry for her too. With her condition, I imagine that the ministry's disapproval must have been a tough pill to swallow. Her condition? What are you talking about? She had cancer. What? Are we trying to just make this the saddest thing ever? Like, first we talk about your secret girlfriend dying, and then we talk about Anna, who was murdered and now apparently had cancer. Why? Why? I see. Shush, phone. I'm busy. That kind of diagnosis would drive some people crazy. Maybe that's what it did to her. Well, with how smart she was, I'm surprised she didn't find a cure. Having to live with that knowledge must have been difficult. You heard about Anna's cancer! That's great. Remy paused and gave me an embarrassed smile. Quite a bit of time has passed since you arrived, and you've barely been able to speak. I've been talking a lot. I don't mind. Yeah, this is your moment, Remy. Like, let it all out, bud. There must be a lot in your mind, too. I mean, yeah, sure. Since I work with Amira, I know all the details surrounding you and Reza. Not many do. Many rumors are going around town. All this time, you've been working with our police? Yeah. Now you're hunting the person who was supposed to be your partner. That must be really hard for you. I came here because I wanted to do the right thing. Nothing about that has changed. What kind of person is Reza anyway? Well, a murderer, apparently. The kind that stops at nothing to achieve what he believes in. I can see that. We've already witnessed just how far he will go. What do you think about him? Honestly, I'm not sure. Back home, this relentless quality of his was admired, but I certainly don't condone his actions. Given what I know about him, I think he must have a reason, as weird and twisted as it may be. And what about you? I have my own principles. I see. How is your hunt for Reza going, anyway? Not really that good. Not too great. We don't have any strong leads or any idea of his whereabouts. In the end, we're just following his trail of murder and destruction. People are getting afraid. The rumors are starting to take effect. I thought Amira was going to give a press conference to warn the public. That didn't happen. She feared the potential backlash if people knew about Reza while you were still here, so, for the time being, he has been declared as a missing person. The public has been informed that if someone sees him, they are to call the police immediately. They were told he may be suffering from an affliction that makes him behave erratically. But some people are putting two and two together. No one has seen Reza for a while, even before he was officially declared missing. It's easy to line up the timelines and see that the murders started happening shortly after he vanished. What we know about the break-ins, and thefts is also damning. The objects stolen all point toward Reza. I'm not sure how much longer they can keep this a secret. How do you think the public will react, considering that I'm still staying here? I don't know. We can't really predict the public opinion, but you can bet there will be critical voices. I'm not sure how I could convince everyone that I'm not involved with Reza's plans. Well, you do have the council support. If Amira voiced that you were on our side, it wouldn't be so bad if the public found out. Yeah, but she also made it clear that she believes most people won't have the same opinion. She won't support me publicly if their vote is against me. That is true. Amira plays the political game a lot. She aligns with the popular opinion so people will like her. Later, Zach. I'll try. I think this is a good, consistent thing we got going. If we're being honest. It is, but that's who she is. Does the public know about the portal's current state? No. If it can be fixed, it wouldn't be worth mentioning. And if they can't fix it, if it can be fixed, it wouldn't be worth mentioning. And if they can't fix it, they aren't going to announce it before they know how to deal with the current situation. Compared to Reza, it's not really a problem. It might become one pretty soon. If word gets out and I'm suddenly his accomplice, what would happen to me? How would you even deal with Reza if you caught him? I'm not sure. I suppose we would have to work something out between our legal system and whatever humanity has to say on the matter. Well, right now, I'm one of 3 humans on this timeline, I guess. And if the portal is done for, what then? Then humanity would be out of the picture for any legal proceedings. Reza would likely be held until contact has been reestablished or just serve his sentence here. I see. How do your jails work, anyway? I like how we just completely did a 180. done talking about his dead ex-girlfriend, or, well, dead secret girlfriend. Ugh. Still not over that. Well, if a crime has been committed and proven without a doubt, a jail sentence can be the consequence. Our delinquents live in an area separate from the rest of society, monitored at all hours of the day. Hey, that's what I do. They receive the help they need, and efforts are taken to make them realize their wrongdoings and integrate them back into our community. Yeah, I try. I try to do that. Life isn't that much different there than it is here. The spaces are more cramped, for sure, but mostly it is just a very controlled environment. Very true. It's not much of a punishment. It is a consequence, not necessarily a punishment. Our society at large benefits from more from people who are rehabilitated, and if mental issues are the cause, those can at least be found and addressed. Well, we try to do that. It's just we don't have the resources. That sounds like how it used to be back home. These days in our city, you get 3 strikes. What does that mean? 3 infractions of our rules and you get thrown out of the city. If someone is a drain on our limited resources, we won't support them. While I can understand why you needed to incorporate such a policy, the finality of it makes me a bit uneasy. It has worked so far, and it's not as if the outside is completely unkind. Someone expelled from the city might find a different community or join one of the mobile groups. The situation inside our city-state is still much better than the outside, though. They're very strict with those allowed to live there. It is a privilege. Anyone or anything that threatens the inside of society or the lives of its people is removed very quickly. How would a murderer like Reza be dealt with? An eye for an eye? No, we don't do that. But murder is a crime so heinous that immediate expellation is the consequence, regardless of prior infractions. I see. What do the citizens think about this system? Some agree with the methods, some don't. But as long as it works, people won't complain. Weeding out undesirable elements is what keeps their standard of living intact. I like that this song is still playing, though. I really like this song. I guess that means politics don't play a big role where you come from. Lucky them. No, they won't change a working system. Excuse me. It varies here, but I'm so tired of Amira and her games. As I work with her, I can see exactly how she plays the public. I know every council member has their own approach, but everything she does is so tailored towards the public's expectations. For her, it's just a popularity contest. You know what? That gives me an idea. Oh god, am I gonna start a coup? Really? What is it? The human visit and all of the associated consequences are her responsibility, right? Yes. For her, this situation with Reza must be utterly horrifying. She keeps talking about preventing public backlash, but she's really just trying to protect herself. That sounds accurate. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. How? She can't send me back to my world right now. That makes me the only one here with knowledge of Reza and humans in general. That's true. If I speak from this point of authority, we should have a much easier time convincing her of anything we want. Am I gonna blackmail her? You couldn't convince her to let you stay in our world, though. Yes, but I was trying to use reason and plead with her. I didn't take into account her fear of public backlash. I think we can manipulate this fear of hers and use it to our advantage. If there were consequences to fear from Reza, me, or the rest of humanity, and those consequences would make her look bad to the public, that would be reason for her to reconsider any action, right? I suppose so, but what situation could this apply to? She nearly sent me back through the portal. If she tries anything again, at least we have something we can use against her. I think I see where you're coming from. Reza is still a mystery to me, though. All things considered, wouldn't it be beneficial for him to just stay here? No offense, but even our prisons offer a better standard of living than your city. As such, couldn't that be a reason for him to have vandalized the portal? I don't think so. You're right, your world is in much better shape than ours. But even if Reza could stay here, he wouldn't. He came here for the same reason I did, to help our people. He has a very pronounced sense of duty to humanity, and I believe in him when he stepped through the portal. He proclaimed that he would do everything he could. When I met him again in this world, I had the impression that he wanted to get our mission over with as soon as possible so he could return to our world with aid. That's going to be difficult with the portal out of order. The person who did it probably didn't realize it wasn't a very good idea. This might make Reza even more desperate. Who knows what he will do next? And if anything happens, I can't leave either. If the portal is gone for good, I suppose you'd have to stay here. What do you think about that? I'd love living here. I'd love living here. Everything I've heard about this place is so wonderful compared to back home. That's good to hear. I certainly wouldn't mind if you stuck around. Only now do I realize that everything I told you earlier must seem so petty compared to the struggles you faced. No, you shut up. What you went through was horrible. Don't say that. Why not? That's not how it works. That's like saying a person can't be happy because someone else might be happier than them. Don't downplay your own suffering like that. That kind of thinking only makes it worse. Thanks, Reich. I can't even imagine what life must be like where you are from. Back home, I was just trying to survive and help others do the same. That hasn't changed. I'm almost afraid of going back to the city, though. Times are so rough. Yet, even if I didn't have to go back, I would. I can't just let them down like that, you know? I have to try and do what I can. That's why I came here. I wish I could be that strong. You aren't, deal with it. Jeez. That is a very good way to just shatter this friendship we have. Why isn't there an option saying that he is? I mean, he's dealing with all this stuff after losing Amelia. I don't know. You told me about your old job. Yeah, I miss those days. What about it? It's not exactly the same as saving a city, but you were helping people, right? That's true. Maybe, once your term with Amira is over, you could do something like that again. I really wish I could. Can I ask you a question? Of course. Do you even like me? Oh, okay. There must be a reason why you've put up with me for this long. What are you talking about? Do you consider me a friend, or maybe more? I'm a little forward, but okay. Yeah, just a friend. Adine is. That makes me really happy to hear. I haven't had a friend in a very long time. I think I should get going now. Thanks for hearing me out, Reich. Likewise. Remy, you're cool and everything, but kind of technically with Adine. Hi. Chapter 5. And there's Maverick. Oh boy. Well, if I do another playthrough, might choose Remy. Seems nice. Nicer than Anna, that's for sure. But, she's dead in this one, so she's out of the question. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. That's an interesting way to describe waking up. Today is the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Oh, gee, who should I bring? I guess she's here. Are you ready? Ready for what? The fireworks, silly. Oh, of course. Let's go. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty-looking area near the edge of town. Here we are. If this is everyone, I'm disappointed. I thought it would be crowded here. This is actually one of my training spots, and it turns out you can see the fireworks pretty well from here, too. So this is your secret spot, then? I guess you could say so. Well, now that I know of it, I suppose it's not so secret anymore. There we go. That's better. That's better than what I was saying the other night. Jeez. Not if you keep it to yourself. We can make it our secret. Ooh, okay. If you say so. Hey, looks like it's starting. Now, take a good look. We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon, I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colors. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. Pretty. Makes me excited for 4th of July. Suddenly, a terrible realization hit me. Considering how public of an event this was and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to make his move. Why? Why? Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sounds of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever have. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met. Wait, did the administrator repair it? It was a weird conversation with Remy then, talking like it wasn't gonna be repaired. Huh. I don't remember. Now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Adine, I think we need to go. Now. Stop joking around, Reich. You still haven't seen the best part. I know where Reza is. We need to stop him. Are you serious? Yes, I am. What should we do then? Maybe you could fly and get us some help. I'll try to buy us some time by confronting him. Alright, where should I meet you? Somewhere near the portal. He'll be there. Let's go. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was still turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Reza was still here, somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where he could go, or could be, or if it was worth waiting for him here when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. Hesitating, I drew nearer. What? No! No! Forgive me for my French, but what the fuck? How? How did I get to this? What did I do wrong? How? Why? Why? Come on! I'm not okay. First Remy doing it, tell me his story, and now Sebastian. Ah! This game sucks. Like, come on. I mean, yeah, okay, Adine's still alive for now, but I don't know how I'm doing it. Theo, why'd you get me into this game? This game sucks. Almost as sad as Dobby dying. I don't care about spoilers either. That movie's been out for over a decade. However, his body was still... Reza was here very recently, but he hadn't used the portal just yet. Why? I'm gonna kill him. Give me the option to kill him, please. I might. Sebastian's guard post was not just for the portal itself, but also the surrounding area. Since Reza was already here, he probably had some unfinished business very close by. The underground building. The administrator had told me all about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Reza here, but in the end I decided it would be better to meet him underground. Oh, I'm gonna take them both. There was going to be a confrontation. I was sure I would have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they had unearthed the building's entry, as it was in a roped-off area that I had seen from far before. I'm so pissed! When I entered the building, I was met by a long, illuminated hallway that was lined with doors on both sides. Since the lights were already on, Reza had to be very close. I wasn't surprised that the building still having electricity, since its generators were also powering the portal. Suddenly, one of the doors opened and out came Reza. Oh, it's on! It is on! Give me the option to kill him, please. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. Reich, you're here. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I wanted to talk with you. I forgot what I made him sound like before, so just go with it. I wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can wait. Now that you're here, we've got everything. Come on, help me with this and let's get out of here. No. No. What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything until you answer a few questions. You want to talk now? Sure, why not? We probably got a few hours if we wanted to. None of them will disturb us here. We could even get the backup generator as well after we send this one over. When did you realize we were in the past? That's not the question I want to ask right now! How did you know about the comet? I've known for a while. It's what I wanted to talk with you about when we met at the portal. How about you? I only recently found out. Looking back, it just seems so obvious to me now. I'm not sure how exactly you figured it out, but there are so many damn clues when you think about it. I mean, how could a supposedly completely different, independent civilization speak the same language as us? What was this supposed to be? An alternate reality? No, it was just a different time. When was there ever anything resembling these creatures on Earth? It's not hard to make the jump from dragons to dinosaurs when some of them here look pretty damn near identical to dinosaurs we know about. And then there are also the prehistoric fruits, the plants, and the fact that their technological level is nearly exactly the same as our own past society. Can we skip past this part? I want to kill you. But we don't even have to think that abstract. You just needed to look at the sky. The sun, the moon, even the stars are the same. Constellations change over time, of course. But you know we could account for that stuff. You could have just pointed your PDA at the sky and it would have told you the time period, including the imminent threat of being eradicated. You could even see the meteorite in the sky and how it would change its position day after day. Are you done being condescending? I guess so. You killed those dragons, Reza. What a brilliant deduction, Sherlock. Let me punch him in the face, please. Why did you do it? Do you really need me to spell it out? I thought better of you. After I found out the truth about this place, I knew just waiting for the generators we were owed was not an option anymore. It would have taken who knows how long, but I didn't intend to stay a day longer than necessary. You wouldn't believe how hard it was for me to acquire some generators. Some of the dragons didn't go down easily. You trying not to piss me off? But who cares that they got back the generators I stole? With just this one, we won't need any of the others. How could you do this? How could I do this? Let me ask you this. What harm is there really in taking their generators when their whole civilization will be gone in a few weeks anyways? The ones I killed just died a little earlier than scheduled. That's some messed up way of justifying your... Even if that creep hadn't shown up and interrupted our meeting, we wouldn't have had the time for them to make the generators for us. How about we don't let them all die? They aren't going to be extinct anytime soon, if that's what you're concerned about. I paid the hatchery another visit before I came... Oh... With the right persuasion, I think we'll have plenty of reasons to keep at least some of them around. Bodyguards, border patrols, weapons, even as pets or companions. Oh, that's messed up. As long as we make the necessary changes. See, it's not as bad as you might... It's pretty bad. I'm not going to just abandon them like that, only for their whole civilization to be wiped out. Get your priorities straight, Reich. Next, you'd rather starve because you suddenly empathize with a steak. Don't you bring steak into this. And you're not justified by starving by yourself. No, you're going to let all of us starve because you want to impose your morals on everyone. Friggin' vegetarians. I said what I said. Since when do you think that you get to have any say in this? You know why you're here. What you're proposing is treason, and you know the consequence. Don't you shoot me. Personally, I don't mind if you want to stay here. You know I don't care about corporal punishment. Really? Just let me through and you can do whatever you wish. I can't do that, Reza. I see how it is. They've told you they needed this generator to stop the comet, huh? And now you've become their lackey. Don't tell me you've been drinking up what they've been telling you. You know they have as much of a vested interest in this whole thing as humanity does. That I and you do, or at least used to. Do you think they would do the same thing if it was their families on the line instead of ours? Their entire world is on the line here. They live in perfect harmony with their perfect green energy source and no reason for wars or conflicts, yada yada yada. We had that too, and you know what happened then? Of course you do. This is such an idiotic trope, you know? Random person meets weird natives, learns their ways, and then ends up saving them. That's basically the plot of Avatar. Not Last Airbender. We don't talk about that movie. Show's good. What do they need for you, huh? Maybe they're going to be extinct for a reason if they can't even save themselves. You know of our suffering, yet we'll let them have it? I don't care what happens to them, but unlike you, I was at least trying to save humanity at any cost. We have the solution right here, and you want to get philosophical now? Don't you think we deserve it? They've had it for who knows how long. Now it's time for us. Not like this. Do you think I like it? If there was a different way, I wouldn't have spent the last few weeks doing what you didn't. We don't live in this fairy tale world of yours where there is a perfect solution to everything. You should know that. Just being here a few weeks must have messed you up. I think I know why. You got too used to all the comforts they have here. You actually don't care if they all die back home, do you? As long as you can stay here in this perfect little world of yours. You have discarded everything and everyone back home and replaced it with this. Maybe it is because you just don't have a life back. Oh, I can even understand that a little. Of course, it would be nice to just stay here where they have everything that we don't. But being here also reminded me of everything I hated about our world as it used to be. The pettiness and the politics. Say about the solar flare what you want, but it leveled the playing field and gave people like us a chance to make a difference. Also killed a lot of people and, ruined the planet. For all your efforts, what did we get? A vote that was meaningless in a sea of stupidity and lies. Now everyone has to pull their own weight. We make the rules. You, of all people, should understand. Of course they wouldn't. They haven't experienced how it is to live like we do now. To see the world burn and everyone you know die around you. And because I have, I won't let the same thing happen to them. How many do you think died back home just in the 2 weeks you've been here because we don't have power for the hospital, huh? Do you think those victims aren't worth mentioning, or do you just care about the few dragons I killed? Our city is the last bastion of a civilized society in a world where nothing else is left. Maybe you have forgotten about them, but I haven't. How many of us do you think will still be there in a month, a year, or are they just a I can't say that freaking word. Statistic to you. The same could be said for the dragons. What do you want to do? Talk me down from doing this, and then what? It's too late anyway. You think they're just going to let us go after what I've done? Fat chance. Well, whose fault is that? Whatever you may think, you'll find that our leaders back home agree with my course of action. Why are you telling me this? Because I expect you to join me. That's not going to happen. And you call yourself an ambassador. This generator is the only thing we need for our city to survive. How can you even argue about this? The dragons also need that generator, and I'll do what is necessary to stop you if I have to. So, that makes you judge, jury, and executioner. Look who's talking! Have you looked in a mirror? What a wonderful set of morals you have there, Reich. We only need to wait until the comet has passed safely. You think you can stop the comet? And you need this generator to do that? Sure, and if your plan fails, then not only is this world gone, but we also lose any and all hope to save our own. We are so close now, we can't risk anything by waiting for your crazy plan when back home they are dying by the minute. I will not let you. You only want to save your own two-faced hide, because you didn't want to face the consequences of what you did. Why are you laughing about this? Because it's a joke. It must be. I'm the one with the gun, and you thought you could just waltz in here and lecture me. How much ammo does this guy have? Listening to you was fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you going to do? You can't stop me now anyway. Maybe I can. Suddenly, Maverick and Adine appeared next to me. Oh, Adine, you better not die here. Theo, if Adine dies here, I'm done. I'm done. You planned this, didn't you, Reich? Traitor! Traitor! Probably one of the most quotable things from the sequel Star Wars movies. And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick. Just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. Now that I think about it, he does look a little bit like Kylo Ren. I can see it. Oh, okay. I don't like this. He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Just let me go, and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You've got 6 bullets for 3 people. Do you think you can really do that, Reza? Do Do you think this is worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life for this every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck? Okay. Well, he said it, so it's okay. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! I said freeze! Want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. He pulled the trigger, and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked her mask off. Okay. I was using the wrong voice the whole time, but okay. Why? What? No! This game sucks! What? I'm speechless. No, don't show me that! Okay, Dean. Oh. Why? Okay, so this is the bad ending. I didn't want the bad ending. There will always be another year, huh? What are you talking about? That's what you told me during the summer festival when you talked me out of flying in the contest. There will always be another year, so I didn't have to fly in this one. I'm sorry. Don't be. You did what you could. Even if it has to end like this. I enjoyed my time with you. Let's not have any regrets now. Thank you. Remember when I asked you what you were going to do if you knew the world was going to end? You told me you would enjoy life to the fullest until the last moment. I guess you won't have to do that if you go back. And you won't have to either if I get to have any say in this. Can I just come with you? Unfortunately, no. These coordinates are tied to my biometric data. Only I can use them. Oh well. Don't worry. I'll be back before you realize it and nothing will have happened. I'll wait for you. God damn it! This game sucks. Oh, I tried so hard to not get a bad ending, and this is... No, this game's obviously good, but it sucks for... I mean, at least Remy was okay, but, you know, in the end he's not, because the whole planet is gonna basically blow up. Oh, baby. Dang it! Oh, Nadine. Looks so sad. It's a good game. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but it's the way it plays with my emotions. You have seen what lies beneath the mask. Yay, I got an achievement for failing. You have seen Adine's bad end. You experienced just one of the many different endings of Angels with Scaly Wings. In order to see the story's conclusion, you will have to play through the game a number of times. During the next playthrough, you may want to make different choices. You may even find the information you've gained this time to be helpful. Sometimes you might even notice that prior choices have changed a character or aspect of the game's world permanently. At any rate, feel free to employ the game's skip buttons. Okay, that's nice. At least make it faster to get a different ending. All the different endings? Jeez. Yay, I've seen my first ending. Okay, that's new. Nice little silhouette of Adine. I guess whoever you get an ending with, you get a little nice thing. Well, that concludes my first playthrough of this game, apparently. Ah, that ending. Well, now I gotta play the other endings. I gotta know what happens. I gotta get Adine's good ending. I guess I gotta do an ending for Remy, for Anna, for Bryce. That's a lot. Oh. At least in Nadine's bad ending, she still survives, even with a gunshot. That's okay. I was not ready for that. Well, I guess you can take screenshots or something. I need to go lie down after that. That was a roller coaster. Wow. Well, I think that's a good spot to end. I'll be back next week. So, yeah, I need a moment. Anyways, thank you everybody that showed up, stopped by, and yeah, I look forward to more endings. Yeah, as rough as that one was, I don't want to say it can't get any worse, right? Because, yeah, there better not be any ending with Adine dying. Like, that has to be as bad of an ending as she gets, right? Please. Anyways, well, I'll see you guys next week. I need to go lie down.